Hey, what's up guys? It's Ivan, and in this video I'm going to show you the 7 ways to scale your Google ad campaigns, which by the way could also be applied to Microsoft ads, because this is an incredibly important topic. You might have some campaigns that are doing well. You're seeing some profitable campaigns after spending hundreds of dollars and seeing the results. And how do you take that to the next level to make even more money? That's exactly what I'm going to cover in this video right here. Before I get into it, guys, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell icon so you get notified when I release more videos like this, and also helps me out a little bit by having these videos reach more people if it gets more likes. All right. So let's get straight into it. The 7 ways to scale your Google ad campaigns. Way number 1, the most obvious way, is increasing your budget. However, what's not so obvious is that you shouldn't do it so fast right away. So let's suppose we have this Google Ads video campaign right here, and the budget is $20 a day. What you don't want to do is increase the budget too fast too soon. That means I will not set this to $40 a day. That is a big no-go. Okay. And the reason for that is because of the Google algorithms. What happens when you increase the budget by so much so fast right away? Google gets a little bit lost and they don't know what to do. And they see that you increase the budget and they feel like they have to expand that budget or expend that budget as soon as possible, which means they don't select the best customers for you. Instead, they go out and they get as many people as possible, or that's how the algorithm works, at least in my experience and in other people's experiences. And what ends up happening is you end up spending much more, and then you end up actually getting less sales. So instead, what you should do is increase it by about 15 to 20% every few days. Let's say every 4 days, increase your budget by 15% to play it safe. And that way, Google will still find the best and the highest quality traffic for you if you do it this way, if you don't do it all at once. So 10% of 20 is $2 and 15% is $3. So what I would do is I would set this budget to $23 and leave it for 4 days. That's what I would do. So I mean, let's just do it here right now. I would increase this to 23. And I would let it run for 4 days. And then after the 4 days, you can go in and increase it by another 15%. And that way you will see the exponential growth, because 15% of 23 is now more than 15% of 20. So you will see that budget that you eventually want, just it will take some time. Don't do it all at once, because you're going to end up spending more and you're going to end up seeing less sales. Google Ads scaling tip number 2 is to add more locations. So normally I tell you guys to focus on tier 1 countries: Canada, US, United Kingdom, Australia, and New Zealand. However, there are more English-speaking countries than that you can target. So if you go into your settings for a campaign, let's say we look at this search campaign actually here. Here we're targeting everything. That doesn't work. Let's go to this display ad campaign where we are targeting Canada and US. So in this case, if your campaign is doing well, you could go in and add the other tier 1 countries. So you could go in here and add, it would be United Kingdom. You would add Australia. You would add New Zealand. Now, let's suppose you already have these countries. What do? You can target more English-speaking countries. For example, South Africa. You can target Ireland, right? So these are countries that also speak English, which means you don't have to change your ad. And if you come over here onto this website, I'll link it in the description if you want, list of countries where English is an official language. You can take a look at these and see. So for example, Antigua and Barbuda, 80% of people there, 80% of the population speaks English. So you could potentially show your ads there. Now, what you do want to do is make sure that the countries aren't tier 3 countries, right? You want to make it as close to tier 1 as possible. So Ireland is actually also considered a tier 1 country. It's right over here with almost 100% of the people speaking English. So why not also target Ireland, right? So expand your reach, add more countries, and yeah, you should scale your campaign that way. The other thing to note is, let's look at South Africa here for a second. So these guys, 30% of the population speaks English. And here's the thing, you don't have to be afraid that 69% of your ads are going to miss. No, because when you run your ads, you will only be showing your ads to English speakers, right? That's why you set the language here. When you go into language over here, let's go back. Let's save this real quick. And then we're going to go to languages. This is why you set the language as English, because you will be targeting only these 31%, right? Or people who have English as their main interface set, at least who understand English. So that's another way you can scale, is by adding more countries and thereby increasing your reach. Way to scale your campaign number 3 is to actually add more languages. So you don't have to only target English speakers. What you could do is duplicate this campaign, change the language to something else, German, Chinese, Spanish, and show your ads to people who speak those languages, maybe in those corresponding countries as well. You could give that a try. I know that my affiliate manager, for example, told me about a campaign for Max Bounty that was doing very well in Germany for German-speaking folks, right? So you can do the same. You can apply the same principle and try to experiment with different languages. So look up the top languages in the world and just go by and sort through the list. So let's see, most spoken languages in the world. Let's see what we get. So the most spoken language in the world, Chinese, with 1.3 billion native speakers, right? So if you want, maybe try writing your ad in Chinese, or maybe, let's say, Spanish. Let's say in the United States, Spanish is very common. So maybe try Spanish speakers. You could target US and you can target South America as well for that, right? So something to test as well. Change the language. Now, if you change the language, you will have to change your ads as well. You will have to change your keywords, okay? So something for you to keep in mind, but it is definitely an option because, like I said, there are some campaigns that perform well that aren't only English-speaking campaigns. And before we move on, just a quick message from our sponsor.
I'm sure that everybody able to earn money here.
$1 million plus?
Yeah, it's just fun.
10,000 new deposit players.
How are you going to reach it?
100 websites.
Thousands of players.
Brazil, Venezuela, Serbia, Greece, people working all around the world.
500 brands.
70% profit margins.
Quite a big amount.
The sky is the limit.
Way to scale your ads number 4 is to add more keywords, or if you're really lazy, loosen up your existing keywords. So I'm talking about specifically search campaigns. If you come to search campaigns, you come over here to keywords. You can always add more keywords, guys. There's just never a limit to the keywords you can add, because I believe there's like 10% or something of completely new searches coming into Google every day that weren't there before, completely new searches, which means there's going to be a constant stream of new searches, new things people can search up for, and things that you can add as your keywords. So if you come over here, tools and settings, go into keyword planner and just like type this in, type in affiliate marketing into that, for example, for this campaign, and see all the suggestions. Once you get some suggestions, take those keywords and add those into the keyword planner as well, and see what you get. So there's a never-ending stream. Now, I don't actually suggest using broad match keywords. This was just an example. So let me change it to, let's say, change match types, change all match types to, let's say, phrase. But if you're super lazy and you don't want to do more keywords, or if you have a ton of keywords already and you're confident that that's all that you need, what you could do is expand or loosen up your keywords a little bit. So if you have exact match keywords, you can add a new keyword, duplicate the keyword, and make it phrase, and then test the difference and see what you get. Or if you have phrase, you can switch it to broad. I don't suggest broad keywords. You will get so much junk, and you will constantly be having to sit in front of your computer adding negative keywords. I don't suggest that. But if you have exact match keywords, for example, you can loosen them up and change them to phrase, or not change them. You want to maintain the data that you have on your existing keywords. Duplicate that keyword. You can pause your existing exact keyword and then let the phrase one run, and then see how well that does. See what you get, right? See if you get some new searches that you've never thought of before. So that's what you would do. But I would suggest either only changing it from exact to phrase, or better yet, add new keywords and see how well those keywords do. Way number 5 to scale your campaign is to run a remarketing campaign. So if you guys have the pixel conversion data set up, as you should ideally, based on my other videos on how to set up conversion tracking, if you have that data to see how many people visited your website, you can run a remarketing campaign. And that way you're expanding your reach not only to new people, but now to a warm audience as well. Now you'll be showing your ads to people who have already seen your content. And to add a little nice touch to it, guess what? Those people are actually more likely to convert. People that have already seen your stuff, that know about you, that are familiar with your brand, with your website. they're actually more likely to convert. So that should actually work for you very well. And if you don't have the pixel set up, now is a great opportunity. Now is a great chance for you to pause what you're doing and set up that conversion pixel to track how many people are visiting your site so you can remarket to them. Again, if you don't know how to do it, I have a video. There should be a little circle in the top right of this video here or here. You can click on it, or I'll link it in the description. If you click on read more in the description, you scroll down a little bit, there's going to be a bunch of different YouTube videos that I recommend. Pick out the one that says how to set up Google Ads conversion tracking and follow those steps. It is very important for you to do that. Way number 6 to scale your Google ad campaign is to expand your network reach. So for example, here in the search campaign, if you go into settings, if you create your campaign, you might remember that you'll see an option that says something like this, networks. And you have the options to run on Google Search Partners, run on Google Display Network. So sometimes you might have this off. So what you can do is you can just click this on, and that way you'll be showing your ads to people, to sites that are partnered with Google as well. What you could also do is use the Google Display Network and show your ads there. I don't really suggest using this. I think this is a money pit. I think you're better off creating a separate display campaign for this. However, it is something you could try. And if you don't have this selected, this search network, this is definitely something you can check, because Google Search Partners at least will still show your ads for sites that have a search box, right? So at least people will be searching for it. So that's something you can do. And last but not least, the final way to scale your Google ad campaign is to try a different campaign type. So this is a search campaign. You could try a display campaign. You could try a Gmail campaign. You could try a video campaign. I have videos for all of these on my YouTube channel. You can take a look how to create any of these. If you have a profitable search campaign, you can go ahead and try a display campaign, as I have here. You can try a video campaign, Gmail, like I said. Take a look at the videos on my YouTube channel. I'll link them in the description if you want to try that. But these are excellent ways to make your brand, make your product reach more people. If you have a successful campaign, that means the product is good, right? One of the reasons for why your campaign might not be successful is simply because the product sucks. It's a bad product, nothing to do with your marketing. But if you're doing well and you're making sales and you want to scale, then that means your product is good. That means that you can now try to reach more people with different ways. And better than that, you can merge all of these methods. You can use search and YouTube and display ads for the same product, and you can remarket to people that way as well in different ways. So for example, you could get traffic via search campaigns and then remarket to people via display ads, or remarket via video ads. So that's a great way to kind of cross market, right? Have this big platform, this big network that you could potentially reach people with. And that is how you scale your Google ad campaigns, guys. If you enjoy this content, I invite you to check out my website at ivanmana.com, where I offer you a free affiliate marketing guide, and I have training courses which go into more detail for Google ads, Facebook ads, Microsoft ads. If you want to master any of these platforms, go into much more detail, much more emphasis on search ads and how to make them profitable, this is where you would go. I also invite you to check out my YouTube channel at youtube.com/ivanmana, where I have over 500 videos that aren't shorts, just with various tips, tricks, techniques, hints, and just different methods and ways and proof and case studies to help you guys make money online. I especially love my case studies here that show you exactly in detail what keywords, what landing pages, what ads convert and work well. And you can check them out as well. And by the way, speaking of remarketing, here I have a Google Ads remarketing tutorial, Google Ads tracking tutorial, right? Take a look at that. It's going to be so useful, so beneficial for you guys. And that is it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next one.